Today on the show,
Denzel gets into character.
I was more of the Shaft guy.
I find out who you don't want to share your turkey and stuffing with.
Hello, Clarice.
And Alan Tudyk picks the best droid of all time. This is the IMDb Show.
But that just wouldn't be fun.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the IMDb Show.
Hey guys, it is Friday, November 24th.
And it's Thanksgiving weekend.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. That's right, it's a long weekend. I'm embarrassed by myself, stuffed with time to see great movies, and a movie you might want to check out, Roman J. Israel Esquire.
The movie stars two-time Academy Award winner, one of my favorite actors ever, Denzel Washington. I caught up with the cast and director, Dan Gilroy. He directed Nightcrawler, to see what movies they're thankful for. What movie are you thankful for? Doesn't have to be one of your own, could be a Denzel one, doesn't have to be aside from Roman J. Israel. It's too easy.
Shaft.
And why?
I was listening to the theme from Shaft the other day.
Shut your mouth.
I'm talking about Shaft.
And we can dig it.
I might have been 15, 16, and I was like, who's this dude walking with this leather jacket and just cutting across the street and cars never hit him, and he has his own theme music.
Shaft. Hotter than Bond, cooler than Bullet.
I wanted to be Shaft. In fact, I got the Shaft hat, kind of.
You do,
I
pretty
finally
much.
got to be Shaft. This is my interpretation of Shaft.
Almost.
Shaft-ish.
Who's the black private dick that's a sex machine to all the chicks?
Shaft.
I'm thankful for Woman Under the Influence, starring Gina Rowlands, purely
Yes.
for the performance as being a piece of inspiration always.
Mickey, don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. Tell me what you want me to be, how you want me to be.
I'm thankful for the film that I sort of have always loved the most, which was The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love the darkness of it, and I love the sweetness of it. And to me, it shows it's what a movie can do. It can move you on so many levels. It can terrify you. It can make you cry. It can transport you.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
That has sort of been my guiding film, oddly enough.
If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard.
My family doesn't watch football on Thanksgiving. Instead, every year we watch a Thanksgiving-themed episode of Friends. I love that show. And in the spirit of this tradition, here are my top 3 favorite Turkey Day sitcom episodes.
Speaking of heroes, here's mine. Tom Turkey.
You can slap him.
What? Wait.
One.
You. That's 3!
It's supposed to put beef in the trifle.
I want to go!
I'm thankful for our guest today. He's been in some of my favorite movies from 3:10 to Yuma, I, Robot, and Frozen. Talk about diverse. He's the newest bad addition to Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency. Please welcome Alan Tudyk.
Oh, you may not be aware, but they called me in for violations. Not protocol. Yet my name is in the logbook and ethics is not a priority.
Welcome to the IMDb Show.
Thank you very much.
What does it feel like to be playing one of the most deranged bad guys in TV at the moment?
Great. It's different from what I usually do.
Right.
It was a little tricky because in the script it would say, he snarls. And he gives a cold look that sends chills down everyone's back. I can't. How does that work?
Because it is a weird casting choice. You're one of the nicest people ever. So to come to actually play someone who literally doesn't have a nice bone in his body.
Playing a bad guy for me is a little harder than a comedy character because my life is more like a comedy than a drama.
Right.
And I don't kill anyone. No, I mean, not that
See, I
has
just
been
didn't
discovered.
believe you for a second. Now I'm scared.
I don't kill anyone.
No. Would you say this is your darkest role yet?
It's tough because it is a fantasy show, so there's a little distance there from reality. In 42, the Jackie Robinson story, I played somebody who historically was the most racist person ever.
Hey, Stank, what's it like being a...
I did not like you in that movie.
You know, I rewatched it not too long ago. I couldn't believe it.
I also read on IMDb that you and Chadwick did not fraternize to keep this kind of animosity.
It's true. When I met Chadwick, he came up to me, he shook my hand, he's like, it's really good to meet you. I'm not gonna talk to you.
Really?
Yeah, and then after our scene, he came up and gave me a really big hug.
Now, look, when it comes to voice acting as well,
right,
you're everywhere.
Well, on my IMDb page, it just goes da-da-da-da-da-da. There's just so many there.
It's a lot.
Well, a lot of it has been with Disney.
So great to have the gates open. Why did they shut them in the first place?
Being a part of that world has been great. I started with King Candy.
I'm King Candy.
From Wreck-It Ralph. He was this wonderful character.
I've seen the behind-the-scenes footage of you actually performing Hey Hey in Moana.
Yes, yeah.
It just seems like a very liberating experience.
And Hey Hey was a lot of fun because I only got to say, Makak. It was very similar to Pirate Steve from Dodgeball in that a lot of times all they said was Gar.
Gar.
You are in one of my favorite films, I, Robot.
What does this action signify?
You didn't end the robot life there. K2SO, that's you.
Yes, yeah.
I see the council is sending you with us to Jeddah.
Apparently so.
That is a bad idea.
How great is it to be part of the Star Wars franchise?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing to make it, and I don't know, it's one of those things that never dies. You're always going to be in a Star Wars movie.
We want you to rank your top 5 Star Wars droids in a piece that we're going to call Alan Tudyk's completely unbiased ranking of the Star Wars universe droids.
Okay, great.
In at number 5.
I'd put C-3PO. C-3PO is like a housewife who's got her knickers and a twist.
There's a nice rivalry between you and C-3PO.
Yes.
Number 4.
ITO interrogation droid.
It's a creepy looking droid.
It is. So I think of that as badass in like the bad way.
Yeah.
Because it's built to cause pain. And it's kind of like the evil BB-8 because they're both round.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Chopper. He is a droid that doesn't listen. They'll tell him what to do and he doesn't.
He just does his own thing.
He does his own thing and he's got a funny voice.
Number 2.
R2-D2. Unlike Chopper, he actually follows his orders even when it means not following orders. And it's never what C-3PO is saying, oh, we should stay here, I'm afraid, could you bury me under sand? And he's in the X-Wing fighter. He's in battle.
Red 5 standing by.
In your completely unbiased ranking of Star Wars droids, puts it number 1.
I saw Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and there's a droid in there, K2SO.
There is.
What a breath of fresh air.
You know, I'm going to let you get away with putting yourself at number 1 because it is a great droid.
Thank you very much.
Are you talking about me?
It's tradition here on the show to ask you this one question. Give us one piece of trivia for the IMDb trivia page of Dirk Gently that nobody knows.
All right, Max Landis, the creator of this incarnation of Dirk Gently. He suggested I watch Michael Moriarty, who plays David Rutherford on 1985's The Stuff, as a character reference for Mr. Priest. It was less of a character study for me and more of a character study into Max Landis, who he is, that he just pulls this out. He's like, you know what, you should watch this.
Well, Thanksgiving in the US was just yesterday. Everyone got to sit down with their friends and family and have dinner, which got us thinking here on the show. Who would be the worst movie character to spend Thanksgiving dinner with?
That's easy, C-3PO.
I've just about had enough of you.
C-3PO would complain about everything with the meal. This is too salty. And then he'd eat, so this isn't salty enough.
Well, listen, Alan, it's been great talking to you. Stick around. Kerry headed out into the world to find out which movie character you guys would want to avoid ever having at your table.
Thanksgiving is a time to show appreciation for all the things we're thankful for. And this year, I'm definitely most thankful for all the movie villains we've been gifted in 2017. They're mean, they're gross, and I would never want to have any of them over for Thanksgiving dinner. But what about you guys? Who would be the worst movie character to spend Thanksgiving dinner with?
The Minions. All the Minions would be very chaotic.
I wouldn't want to hang out with a Deadpool, probably.
How are the kids? Good? And Gail, she's still fixing that tuna casserole? So good.
Godzilla.
Because he would eat everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and destroy everything.
Yes.
Voldemort.
He would. You're not supposed to say his name.
Dinner.
Jim Carrey.
Hey, what's
good.
It's good to see you again.
Any Jim Carrey character, you're not interested.
Well, I'm interested, but not in Thanksgiving.
And hey, you guys offered up some great ideas for unwanted dinner guests, but I can't believe not one person said Hannibal Lecter.
So, Alan.
Yes.
Earlier this week, we asked some IMDb users to tweet us some questions for you.
Good.
I'm going to hit you with them. Are you ready?
Hit me away.
All right.
From @WhiteSonnet, what would K2SO say to Steve the Pirate?
K2SO.
Great question.
You are a ridiculous person. Probably that. What is wrong with you?
And Steve the Pirate's response?
Something about the poop deck, maybe. I don't,
Poop deck's a great opportunity for jokes.
Yeah. Doesn't sound so bad to me.
Lauren Zanatti asks, do you have a favorite voice you created?
Yes. It is King Candy. He was a great deal of fun. And, sort of harken back to the old days, like 50s, 40s, and 50s vaudeville, Ed Wynn and all of that.
So, Alan, at the end of every show, we like to talk about our weekend watch list. You know about it.
After every show.
Yes, where we talk about what we'll be watching this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me answer.
Yes.
That question we ask every weekend. The Darkest Hour. It's got Gary Oldman in a fat suit.
Sold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's playing Winston Churchill, and but it also has Ben Mendelsohn.
Ooh.
I go to see Ben Mendelsohn, but I stay to see the fat suit.
Yeah.
Would you stop interrupting me while I am interrupting you?
Tim?
For me, Vikings.
The end of our world is here.
And you, Kerry?
So this is kind of where I kick off my holiday tradition of watching holiday movies. So this year, I think I'm going to try to get my hands on Babes in Toyland, the TV movie version, the 1986 with Keanu Reeves and Drew Barrymore. They sing a song, teach you how to spell Cincinnati. It's amazing.
They sing?
Uh-huh. Richard Mulligan's in it. It's so good. They do lots of singing, but it was a TV movie, so it's a little bit harder to find.
How do you spell Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, Cincinnati, the best place in Ohio, Ohio, USA. They teach you how to spell Ohio, too. I think it's very helpful. It's good for children. If you want to watch any of the shows or movies we've talked about in today's episode, you can save them to your IMDb watch list. Look up a movie you're interested in, click the plus sign, and boom, it's added. Then the next time you don't know what to watch, open your watch list.
Alan, it's been a pleasure having you here. Like, a real pleasure. A lot of fun.
Thank you, Matt.
Remember to catch Alan on Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, which airs Saturdays at 9, 8 Central on BBC America, or you can catch up on demand.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you next Friday. One last thing before we go. In lieu of this week's trailer, we're going to show you a turkey trailer.
Hey, buddy.
I'm stuffed with Thanksgiving happiness.
I know exactly how that feels.